What is going on, you guys? It feels pretty chilly out here today, but yeah, I decided to continue working on the Mustang. And well, as you can see, well, I'll show you guys in a moment right now. As you can see, I removed the whole interior, well, except for the quarters right there on the back. But I removed the door cards and everything because I'm begin welding soon. Not right now, not at the moment. But yeah, I checked out the Siki locations and everything. And before I start on the shifter, I'm first gonna make my own custom bucket seat mount. So it isn't mounted yet, but it looks like we got a good place to start now. So I need to go to the metal shop and get myself some 3/16 flat plate to make my floor mounts, and then get the sides to mount this bucket seat off of my BMW. Now I'm a little upset because this is a passenger seat, so it's a lot more mint condition than to the BMW, the driver's side is. But I'll have to work with it, and if it gets damaged, well, oh well. But I'm not planning to weld with it around, so it shouldn't get any damage. Probably just collect dust, most of it, and then it's washable. But yeah, it looks good. All right, so I finally purchased the metal. It came out to roughly being around 24 bucks minus $8 of the spacers for aluminum spacers for my trans. It was, so give or take, it was like $16. Hey, $16 to make my own custom bucket seat mounts, and to win-win over $155. And I still have some material left to make my second bucket seat, so not bad. All right, so I went back to my shop and I'm cutting the final pieces to weld on my new seat mounts. So this is 10 inches, 10 inches, 3 and 3, which gives it a total length of 16 inches. And then the damn, did I cut it wrong? Sure, I made 18. Oh, no, I'm wrong. 16 length, 18 width. Yeah. So so I guess I cut that the wrong length. All right, so, well, I'm gonna start all over. Okay, now it's the right dimension. So this is 12 and a half. So in total, it makes 18 and a half inches. And it's perfect on the width. Lengthwise is 16, so I got myself a good base. I used my 1/8 inch flat steel plate to make this as flat as possible because I don't want to work on the wood because it's not surfaced right, nor is that one. So I'm using my metal chest box and then a flat sheet to make this straight as possible, and well, should come out pretty damn good. So let's go ahead and start welding it up. Okay, so I finally tacked them on there. It's actually 18 inches in width. So I did this one 12, and then the other one came out to be 12 and a half. So I had to shorten it a bit. Not too worried though, because the brackets from the seat on the solid mount is roughly 16 inches, so I shouldn't have any issues. So yeah, now that I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and fully weld them, and then start with making the mounts and then making the holes for my bucket seat, and well, save myself a good amount of money. I finally welded them in both sides, and as you can see on this side, I grinded it down. That way it looks to like give it to one solid piece. And yeah, time to do on the rest of them. So let's keep on going. Okay, so I have placed my mount onto, well, the floor pan, and I'm trying to see where exactly I want to see, because as you can tell, this steering column's way pushed out, and also, well, the pedals are there to that distance. It just doesn't work out. Everything doesn't work together as one, as I stated before. The shifter's too far in, the pedals are too far in, and then the steering column's too far out. I could get a telescopic steering column, but I don't want to spend the amount of money to actually get an aftermarket steering column. So I'm gonna go ahead and work with the steering column itself. Then the shifter, I could obviously extend it out, and those, well, they're gonna be gone, so floor mount panel is gonna work just fine. An idea, you guys. I finally tacked in the plate, and I'm gonna just go ahead and weld everything. I might just throw a little bit of a bead on the seat rails or the seat mounts, simply because what if I get a different bucket seat and the width is different or some sort. So I'd rather just use it as to make sure my shifter location is properly located in the place that I want it to be. And then I'm gonna definitely bead the whole plate and then bead the rear. And the reason I took a while, because it's damn near nighttime, I had to scrape all my Dynamats or Dynomat or whatever they call them. You have to scrape the whole goo off with it. And then I had to grind everything. So it took a while. And well, now I'm gonna have a literally welded on bucket seat, which should be pretty damn sick, as you can see right here. And yeah, this is gonna be my test seat, even though it might get ruined with time. I guess Bunny and Beamer might just have one, and then I could just go with prism seats later. But in here, I'm gonna go definitely with a custom seat. And yeah, let's see what life has to offer as I continue on. Right, after a couple holes we made, we adjusted the MIG welder appropriately, just because some of the metals on this chassis is a little bit thinner than the actual base of 3/16 I started with. But yeah, it's looking, check out the weld pull on this baby right here. And in some areas too, like over there, came out pretty good with some dimes. That's where I made a hole, but came out pretty damn good. Ended up having no point to do this one because it still tried to flex, so we ended up putting one back here. And that side is strong, but it has a slight flexibility, and I'd rather just put one right over here where it's hidden and just doesn't cause it to drop down, because by hand you won't tell. Put my foot on it, you won't even tell. It just flexes by like a 1/16 of going down a bit. So I want this as rigid as possible. And yeah, so far so good. It's looking pretty damn sick. And of course, I'm not gonna leave this all as a mess. I'm gonna re-wrap it with Dynamat and put the carpet all around it and just kind of make this a new floor with it. So it should look pretty good. So as you can see, I finally put the bright seat on there. I only tacked the rear, as you can see right there, just to check that everything is good and it's centered with the steering column. I used one of my heavy weights with the string to check the center of the steering column, and then measured the center of the seat. And that being said, well, yeah, now it's centered and it looks great. As you can tell right here, the cloth and the bright emblem is kind of crooked, but either way, it's centered on point, front and rear, and pretty damn good. I could go ahead and remove this now and add the steering wheel to it, and it's gonna make a nice touch to it to show that I made progression. So there you go, you guys. I got bucket seats on the Mustang. Pretty damn sweet. I gotta thank Derek over here though. Look at that. Yup. Helped me out with this thing, and also helped me record some of the areas where I was welding. But yeah, you guys, finally did the bucket seat on here. I should finish it up and weld everything else tomorrow, and then focus on the shifter. After that, then the floor mount pedals, and we'll start closing everything up and focus on the engine and trans. Solid. Hey guys, stay tuned. I still got more LS swap Mustang things coming up ahead. It should be pretty exciting. So far, it's just making my own seat brackets for my bucket seats. I know I gotta do the passenger side first, but for now, you guys seen how I did this side. And well, I'm probably gonna do the same thing for the other side. And also, well, just like I said, there's a lot to do, and hope you guys stay tuned for that. Should be pretty fun. And hopefully I get it to LS Fest East or LS Fest West for this upcoming year for 2021. So should be sick. And thanks for watching the video. Give a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys aren't. So yeah.